Listen, you will never be successful if you sit around waiting. You have to create success. You have to create your own opportunities. You got to keep moving forward when no one's watching, when you don't have a lot of followers, when you're not getting a lot of likes, you're not getting a lot of online support, maybe even personal support from your friends and family. See, the universe is testing you to see if you got it in you. The universe is testing to see if you really about it, if you're about that brand, if you're about that business, you about that music, that content you're making. Because when no one's watching you, people get discouraged and they quit and they fold and they give up. But this is the time you should sharpen your skills. This is the time that you should be really hype about it, because you get to make a whole bunch of mistakes when no one's really checking for you. That's the beauty of it. You get to grow during these early stages to become that dope content creator, to have that really cool brand, I have that thriving business. This is just the phase. This is just the early phase that you got to get through, and most people fail to get through it. So I want y'all to keep believe in yourself and keep rocking. You got to get out of survival mode and you got to start thriving, and you're going to have to start building. All right. The goal is to consume less and create more. I'll say that again for you. Consume less and create more. The goal isn't to get a bunch of money and then go buy a bunch of brands to floss online. See, the new vibe, the creative mindset vibe, is that you become the brand. You build a brand that you can represent, that you can rock out with. See, most people lack patience and vision. They're looking for the shortcuts. They're looking for the easy road. They looking to chase the trends, and they looking to chase the bag, to chase the women, to chase the cars. But the creative mindset is a little different. I'm telling y'all that you have to become a trendsetter. You set the trends, and then you become a person who's so attractive that the money and the validation and the followers, they'll come later when you build yourself up. So you become an attractive person, and the opportunities will come along as well. So you gotta understand that building a brand is gonna take a little bit of time. You have to look at it as if you're the CEO of your life. Not just your business, but also in your life. So how you think, the books you read, the food you eat, the places you go, the people you hang out with, the people you stop hanging out with, these are all going to go into the formula if you're going to be successful. It's not going to be handed down to you. It's not going to be easy. See, a lot of people, and this was for myself as well, there was a phase when I was just living paycheck to paycheck, month to month, just barely getting by, right? And a lot of people, what they do is they work and they grind just to celebrate on the weekends. So they work a bunch, maybe work overtime, pick extra shifts, and then they go spend the money on the weekends. They spend it at a nightclub, they spend it at a bar, they spend it, at the spot, at the weed spot, the liquor spot, whatever. Instead of investing in yourself and investing in skills. So imagine all that money you spent the last 4 or 5 years, partying and drinking, getting lit, buying a bunch of shit to look cool. But you could have been buying courses. You could have been buying books. You could have been buying coaching. You could have been looking for a mentor to level you up. Man, 5 years can go by so fast. A lot of people think 5 years is, 5 years to build a brand. That sounds crazy. No, it doesn't. Because most people have been wasting the last 5, 6 years of their life doing the same shit every day. Now imagine if you put that into skills. Imagine if you put that into a business, what your life could look like. See, the reason I advocate for building a brand is because I'm looking at longevity and legacy. You want to leave something behind. But the problem is it's not going to be easy. Everybody's looking for the easy road, the easy route. It takes time, man. You got to believe in yourself. You got to keep making those posts. You got to keep dropping that merch. You got to keep making those songs. You got to keep whatever service you're providing. You got to keep with it. One week could change your life. 1 month could change your life. One post could change your life. One video that goes viral could change your whole situation, and you've just been grinding for all these years and people weren't taking you serious, but next thing you know, you take off. But you've been built for it. You've been ready for it. You've been rocking with it. So you're going to have all the confidence. This is just an early phase that people really struggle with because they don't really know how to build the confidence, but the confidence is just doing over and over and over again. All right. So once you start building a brand, you're going to have to reinvent yourself. I had to reinvent myself. Right? I had to switch up my daily routines. I had to start reading better books. I had to start looking at better content. Right? If you're watching a bunch of content with people beefing and arguing instead of watching content from somebody who's made no, $50 million, $100 million. That's two different worlds, right? That's two different types of information. This person online arguing about a sports team. This person arguing about a politician. And this person telling you how he leveled up or she leveled up in 3 years building XYZ brand. So which content you going to rock with? Which situation do you want to be in? Do you want to be the person who's complaining or the person who's gaining? Right? You got to leave an impact. Brands leave impacts. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. Start your brand. Start your own thing. Get your own thing, man. The society is moving to an entrepreneurial phase where everybody's trying to make a little extra money on the side. People are trying to start their own business because jobs are good. Jobs are great if you love what you do. But if you don't love what you do, you gotta go after something that you really, really believe in. Something that you're passionate about. They say obsession beats talent. You got to be obsessed with it. What do you like? It could be golf. It could be fishing. It could be bowling. It could be playing cards with your homies. Like, man, figure out a way to turn it into a brand. Figure out a way to turn it into a business. It could change your whole situation, right? There's 3 types of brands that have been successful for like the past 200 years, right? That is a product-based brand, a service-based brand, and personal branding. I'll give you an example for each one of those. Product-based. Clothing brand. I own the clothing brand. CreativeCitizen.com, right? I have a clothing brand. I sell t-shirts. You go online, you buy the shirt, ship the shirt out to you, you got the shirt. Bam. People wear shirts every single day, right? That's a product. A service base would be something like Uber. We all know what Uber is, right? It's a transportation service. You get on the app, they pick you up somewhere, drop you off someplace else. Real simple. Personal branding would be something like Gary Vee or Mr. Beast. They go online, they go on the internet, they go on social media, and they talk about business, they talk about their life, and they become such a elevated person that everybody kind of knows them, almost like a household name. That's like a personal brand, and then they can sell you other products and services, right? So you could just start out with just one. You can pick one. You want to do service? Do you want to do product? Do you want to do personal? And then as you grow and develop, and as you're reinventing yourself, you can start adding the other brands to it. And now you're talking about multiple streams of income. Everybody likes money. Everybody needs money. So don't sit around and just wait for your big break. You got to make your big break. You got to make it happen. You got to force yourself to be successful, right? You got to leave an impact. Building a brand is important because it leaves an impact. You can help your community. You can help your family. You can help your friends. You could just give confidence to somebody else. Oh, man, I always wanted to start a clothing brand. Oh, man, I always wanted to make some music. And they see you doing it, and it gives them all the confidence, right? It could be somebody in your family. Maybe they always wanted to go to real estate, but they've been working this job for the past 6 years, and now they see you talking about ownership. Now they see you talking about leveling up. They talked about websites. They talked about learning all these new trades and skills on social media. And next thing you know, they get interested in it. And that could change their life, right? They might be the next person who makes $50 million, $100 million. And that could be your cousin. And all you do is just, you planted the seed of confidence. So, man, go build that brand. Go start that business. Go start leveling up. Don't quit. Don't quit because the times is tough, man. It's going to be tough. I made a lot of mistakes my first couple years building a brand. A lot of mistakes. I still make mistakes every day. I'm not perfect. I don't got it all figured out. But I know this. You got to keep going. You got to keep grinding. Because if you stop, somebody's going to take your spot. So I want you guys to start moving differently. Reinvent yourself. Start using the creative mindset, man. Get creative with your gifts and your skills. And go after it. You can't sit on the sidelines, man. Real players don't sit on the sideline. Real players get in the game. Don't matter if you're a starter, you come off the bench. It don't matter if you're a role player, man. It's get in the game. Get in the game. Because if you can't control your finances, then you can't control your future. So go for it. All right? Be your own boss. Start moving with a boss mentality, man. That's the message for today, man. It's your guy, L Train. All right? Stay creative, stay dangerous, man. Embrace the journey, man. One step at a time. We back on the grind. Peace. We out.